Welcome back to your Livianas course. So in this lesson, what we're going to do is start working on our Salida, so the entrance that we do into our dance. What I'm going to be doing is all footwork. So I'm wearing pants so you can really see my feet. And we're going to be working first without music and then with our music up to speed, okay? The first thing I want to do is just show you the footwork that we're going to be using through the first few phrases of our Salida, because it's the same exact footwork and all we're doing is playing with the accents and playing with the speed. So up to speed and in half time, using different parts of our feet to make different accents, but it's the same exact footwork for the whole first few phrases. Okay, so what we're doing is this. So some of you already know this, right? So we're doing what I call the walk. So it's planta, heel, heel, planta, heel, heel, etc. Planta, downward heel, planta, downward heel, forward heel. What's really important on this is that you don't slur. So try not to get into the bad habit of doing this, where you're not really picking up your forward heel and then going to your planta from there. We really want the forward heel. It doesn't take any weight, and we want to be able to pop it and then go right onto our planta. So we're launching from that forward heel onto the planta. What that does is it keeps everything really, really crisp, clear, and articulate. And that's, of course, what we want in our footwork. It also makes the sounds heavier and stronger. Okay? So let's just do a couple rounds of this footwork. We'll start slow and then get a little bit faster gradually. And then, of course, we'll put it into our rhythmic sequence that we're going to use for our Salida or Liviana. Okay? So of course, get into your footwork stance, weight in your plantas and loose in your legs and in your knees. We're going to start on the right side, planta, heel, heel, and planta, heel, heel, and pop right here, pop that forward heel. And getting faster. Okay, so that is the footwork that we're using, or the mechanism that we're going to be using to do all of the different rhythmic plays in the beginning of our Salida. Remember, even as you get faster, keep popping that forward heel. It's going to feel like it's flowing more as it gets faster, but that doesn't mean that we have to slur to make that roll happen, okay? So always keep that pop happening, but of course, as you get faster in your footwork, your movements get smaller, closer to the ground, okay? All right, so let's look at the very first phrase. We're gonna start with our right side. I'm gonna do it once, so you can just hear it as a rhythm. So the first compás is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so again, we're just doing planta, heel, heel in different rhythms with different emphasis in different places. Working with our Liviana compás, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's do it together again, nice and slow. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 as a nice slow beginning, and then we double it in terms of its rhythm. Ta ka ta ka ta 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 ka ta ka ta ta for our 4 and 5. Okay? One more time. And then we're going to go right over to our left and do the same thing, more or less. We add a little bit more speed at the end. So again, right side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one time through, without me counting, so you're just hearing the rhythm, really emphasize your plantas. 4 and 5. E. And from here, we're going to put this heel down and go to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do it again and show you the left side so that you're also seeing that transition right to left. E. Okay, so there's a couple things to note there. When we go from right to left, we're doing 2 heels, okay? So we finish on our right planta for the 5, and we're going to go into our left side and 1, okay? From there, the left side is more or less the same, but pay attention to the end, because just like we did there, we're adding a little tail after the 5 to get us back to the 1. We're filling that in with some rhythm, okay? Let's do it together, right to left, paying attention to the end of our second compás once we've done our left side. 4 and 5. E. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay, let's do just the left side now. So we're going to start on the 1, the planta, that is the 1 on our left side, and we'll go nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So when we get to our 5, we keep going. Okay, let's do it again on the left, starting on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So the transition to the third compás, we finish our 5, 1. So we do 2 more of those right-left rolls, okay? Left side again, starting on the 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're back to our 1. Okay, let's do it from the very top, first 2 compás, and then I'm going to keep going on to that third compás so that you're seeing how it builds. Starting on the right, 4 and 5. E. 1. Okay, so now we're just playing with that footwork and adding different emphasis in different places. But the footwork is all the same. Always a play on the planta, tacón, tacón. Okay? So let's take it from our second compás. We've done the right side, we're on to the left side, and let's look at the second and third compás. And this time I'm going to count the whole way through. Okay? Starting on the left, second compás. 4 and 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So now we've kind of flipped it. We're going fast for the first few accents, slowing down on the 3 and the 4, picking it back up at the end of the compás. Okay? Let's do that again. Starting on our second compás, and then we'll back it way up to the beginning. Second compás, start on your left planta. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do our fourth, like we just did. From the top. 4 and a 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you've seen that extra compás. And again, it's similar to our third compás, but now we've taken out one of our slower blocks and added the faster block in place. So we're just playing with the rhythm. That's all we're doing. What I want you to do once you've seen and gone through this whole lesson with me, if you're feeling like it's challenging, just start listening to it. Okay, we'll do it, of course, start to finish without stopping. And start to practice singing it. If you can sing it, you can do it. Because it's almost all the same footwork. Okay? Okay, let's take it from the top. We're going to break down that newest compás, the fourth compás. But we'll take it from the top so that you can start to really hear how it all connects. 4 and a 5. E. 5. And now we're doing a redoble to close this block, okay? And then we just have 2 more phrases before we close the salida and the singer's salida comes in. As a side note, now that I'm thinking of that, often in a structure in a flamenco dance, you'll have the guitar come in first, and then the singer does their salida. So when you hear the ay, 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 or the tiripitran, or any of the sounds that the singer does to warm up their voice, and then the dancer does their salida. In this case, we're changing that a little bit, because you can. So flamenco, there's lots of structures that are traditional, and we can also play with those and have fun with them. In this structure, what we're going to be creating is a little bit different, in that the guitar starts by just giving us a compás. And we're actually going to come in with the guitar salida. So we're going to be dancing this to the guitar's falseta. And then we keep dancing right through the salida del cante, the singer's salida. And then we pick it back up again to then do our true llamada to call in the first letra. Okay, so that's your structure for the beginning of our piece. And that's where we're at now. We're doing our salida with the guitar. You'll hear that when the music is on. Okay, so we have looked at the first 4 compás. And the last compás, we're going to start it on the planta on the left side. So let's just look at that isolated compás on its own. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's kind of, you think of it like this, as in fast and slow, or busy and sparse. We have 1, busy, 2, busy, 3. Sorry, I'm going to do that again. It's hard to talk and do it at the same time. So we've got fast, fast, slow, fast, redoble, and finishing it on the 5. Okay, I'm going to count it this time so you know where you are. 4 and 5. Start left and 1. And that's our 5. The double golpe finishes on our 5. So that last bit of footwork to finish is this. Okay? And again, from the very top of that compás, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Okay, so let's do it from the very top through to our redoble. 4 and a 5. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay, so we have seen the first block of our salida, of our footwork, the first 4 compás. So now let's look at the last 2 compás. These are going to be a little bit more challenging. I want you to really get used to this as a rhythm. And even though we're going to count it so you know where it falls in the compás, just let that go once you have the rhythm down. Because again, we don't want to be counting. When we're dancing, we want to be feeling how our rhythm connects to the compás and to the music, okay? So let me do this for you one time. The last 2 compás, one after the other, so you can hear it and see it. And then we'll break it down together. Okay, so it sounds like this. Okay, so I'm going to try to count this for you so that you know where everything falls. Then we'll break it down, and then we'll go right from the top through to the end, and then try everything with our music. So first, I'll try to count this through. And 1, 2, 3, and up, 4, and up, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is your count. Let's break down this first compás, this first new compás, okay? So we have the first 3 beats are similar to what we've already seen. It's just planta, tacón, tacón. So it's 1, 2, 3. And now from here, I'm going to break this down so the rhythm will go away for a minute just because we're breaking it down slowly. We'll bring it back into its rhythmic self afterwards. This is our 3, our planta. From there, we do heel, heel, right, left, forward heel, planta, heel. And that gets us to the other side. From here, we're going to do a forward heel, planta, heel, heel, and then from there, all golpes to the end. Okay? So again, just that middle part, we've come from our 1, 2, 3, 4, and we end on the and before the 1. So we're blowing right through our 5 and going right to the and of the next 1. So that's really 2 compás that are connected and that never have a pause or break one between the other. Okay? Okay, let's do it now from the beginning with the rhythm to the end of the first new compás here. Okay? Here we go, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, and up. 4, and up. 5, and up. And now we're on our right side, ready to go. And we're going to start again the same way. 1, 2, 3. And now we're heading into a drill, what I call the drill, which is a golpe opposite heel, heel. The transition is a double golpe. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to get into our golpes again. Let's just get to that point. Okay, so we're starting from our 1 on the right, and 1, 2, 3, bum, 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 bum. And then we finish with 5 golpes in that rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, and that's going to be a rhythm that you're going to hear reinforced in the guitar, so that you won't have to think so much about it, because it will be there for you. Okay, let's do our last 2 compás together. Here we go. From the top of the last 2 compás, starting on the right. And. Okay, so that is everything. Let's do it all together from the very, very top. Okay, here we go. 4 and a 5, E. one golpe in between the first and the second part. So that's up to you. I like to combine things so that they're continuous. So feel free to add that golpe as well. I think it would be a good idea. So when you get to the very, very end, after you come from your redoble, add a golpe. Okay, we'll do it from the top one more time. Here we go. 4 and a 5. E. Okay, so you've seen the whole thing, and now let's try it with our music. When I put the music on, there are 2 compas in the beginning that are just to set the tempo. So we're going to let those go by, and we're going to start when the guitar comes in. So when you play your track to practice, remember that you have 2 compas just to get situated in the very, very beginning. Okay, let's try with our music. 1 more compas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 5, E. Heard the music and you know how this connects. One thing to note, when I do this, when I perform this piece and I do the Salida, I like to sometimes move around. So when I start forward. For example, I'm here. And then I start to move. For those last 2 compas, I stay forward. So I just kind of travel around after I've done the first compas stationary. From there, through the next 3 compas or so, I sometimes do a little bit of a circle. And that's going to depend on your space and also on your comfort level. If you feel like you can maintain a strong rhythm that's articulate and that really keeps the compas strong, feel free to play around with movement, okay? That circle can be very small, or if you want to try to make it a little bigger, you can. Be careful with going big because you want to make sure that you're not sacrificing the sound of your footwork just to make a lot of, to travel a lot, okay? It's better to not move at all or to move very small in a very small circle than to sacrifice the quality of your footwork, okay? So I would say play with that. We'll do it one more time, and I'll move. I'll do a little circle on those compas 3, 4, and 5, so you can practice that alongside with me. The last thing I'll say before we finish is that I really want you to feel the compas mostly in your planta. There are places where we're feeling the compas in a golpe or a heel, but the planta can sometimes get lost. And there's so many accents in our plantas in this footwork that we really need a strong planta. So make sure you're not muffling the sound. Make sure you're not dragging your heel. In order to get a strong planta, like I said before, pop from your forward heel onto your planta, okay? Make sure you keep working on that technique of popping and landing as opposed to kind of dragging and just placing your planta down. Okay, let's do it one more time with our music, this time traveling, and have fun with this, and I'll see you in the next lesson. One more compas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go.